ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh!
Woof.
Viewer beware. You're in for a scare.
Yeah, that's about how I felt when I left the theater, but at the same time, I kind of agree with Doc. It's not... You know what? We'll get into it. We will get into it. Welcome, folks, back to Late to the Murder Party with our Halloween special, our Month of Terror, and a continuation and wrap-up to What the Fuck is Up with the Warrens. I am your hostess with the mostest, the Mistress Ookami, and with me are my fellow investigators. We have the lovely Graveturtle.
We did it! We made it!
Yes, we did. The awesome Wolfman Roy.
Yeah, K2 says no.
Jesus. And the chaotic Doc himself.
Look, when I made all those jokes about the haunting 1999 with family in the first one, I didn't expect it to come around and bite me on the ass.
Oh, it took a chunk out of your ass.
You did.
Yeah. Should see somebody about that. We did it, folks. We started with the Conjuring. We stumbled around and fucked up and went to Conjuring 2. Then we went right back around, got to Annabelle. Then...
Spent far too much time with Annabelle.
Spent way too much time with Annabelle.
Too much time.
Eventually,
Too much time.
Eventually, we dealt with the nun. And now... we come to the end of the Warren story. Supposedly!
And
So far...
Considering how much money this movie made, I think we're probably haven't seen the last of them.
Oh, no.
Well, they've said... So what they've said is that it's the last of the main line. Everything else will be going back and filling in gaps and doing spin-offs. So it's not the last that we're going to see of those actors. Not the last we're going to see of the characters of the Warrens, because they're going to show up here and there. But it's the last... Supposedly this will be the last Conjuring movie. Everything else will be in the universe of The Conjuring. We have 2025's... I can't believe I gave this movie money, but I did. We all did. Not Roy.
No.
Conjuring Last Rites. You've seen the spooky grimy face in my Goosebumps opening. I'm fucking proud of that, by the way. Take it away, Roy.
Oh, yes. The Conjuring Last Rites, 2025, $2.15. Directed by Michael Chaves. Written by Ian Goldberg, Richard Yang, David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick. Say that with the mouthful. Starring Patrick Wilson, Vera Farmiga, Mia Tomlinson, Ben Hardy, Steve Coulter, Rebecca Calder, Elliot Cohen, Bo Gaddison, Keela Lord Cassidy, John Brotherton, Shannon Kook, and a cast of thousands. Paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren take on one last terrifying case involving mysterious entities they must confront.
There's someone in this movie with the last name of Kooks.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best way to describe the Warrens.
They did a smart thing with this film, and kind of made it more about kind of the Warrens' family drama than the haunting.
The Smurfs,
And I think I think that actually really helped this movie, because you kind of got a little bit of it in like the Conjuring 2, you know, the personal drama of like the Warrens, and they kind of fumbled it, but they kind of tried to do that with Conjuring 3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
And taking the focus off of the Smurls, because otherwise we'd have to spend more time with the Smurls.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be fair to the actors did a fine job with what they were given. And the movie, from what I've seen of like the TV interviews and stuff with the Smurls, did a real big overhaul on them. Because, yeah.
I think the only bright spot of the TV movie was it gave Sally Kirkland her first Golden Globe.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's that. I do have a question, though. Why does Hollywood hate Goldsmith and Yang? Say some fucking reason they want to saddle them up with a third writer. These are the guys who gave you Autopsy of Jane Doe. They can make solid work. Why do you always saddle these fuckers with a third writer?
Probably to rein them in, if I had to guess.
Why do they need to be reined in? They're perfectly good by themselves.
I'm not a Hollywood exec. I can't give you that answer.
Doc, who the fuck reined in who on this one?
Right.
I don't. That's the problem. I don't know.
I mean, to talk rein in, this is the most limited Chavs has been on in the film. Kind of, till like the end. But still.
Yeah, and the thing is that there's still filmmaking moments in this that are actually pretty good. Like, they're great. There are some great shots. There are some great little moments, and
I believe the puking of Phantom Glass. I believed that shit. God, that scene was fucked. I will admit, that was like, oh.
No, there's a lot of good things involving mirrors in this that I kind of like do enjoy.
Well, I mean, mirrors are always a good subject for horror.
Oh yeah,
there's so much story wise and visuals wise they can do with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a good movie that shows it off is Poltergeist 3.
Poltergeist 3. I've heard Oculus. Yeah, Oculus. I've heard does really well with it.
Mm-hmm.
Also the movie Mirrors.
Yes.
Which one, the Korean or the remake?
The remake. That one had some cool shots, even though it's not as solid as it really fumbled it towards the end of that film. But it had some really cool visual moments that they did with the mirrors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, a woman ripping her jaw off like that. That was some fucked shit in that movie. I remember that.
Yeah, sadly we didn't get anything like that in this movie, but, you know.
Yeah, to talk about the demons in this one, yeah, I said it when we first saw the trailer, and I said it while we were in the theater. Still stupid. I'm sorry. still dumb.
Yeah, yeah. I
Because
mean, go ahead.
it feels like to me they tried to do like the creepy sort of Joker London after midnight smile. You know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
God, it doesn't
But the
work.
problem is that it's so like dirty, pale, and like almost rusty looking. It's less creepy and creepy permanent smile and more big book of British smiles, and you need to fix your teeth because love of God, for the mother of God, why? Like, and the way they try to make the ghost off as sort of playfully evil, I guess it, it kind of works, but it kind of doesn't.
Yeah.
Like the way I'll give whoever played the demon props, especially the old hag. She at least had like an interesting sort of physicality to her that some of the other demons in in these movies haven't
Mm-hmm.
had. But you're not as focused on that as most you're focused on her giant fucked up teeth.
Well, I mean, they're always like front and center on the screen, and it's like, where else are you gonna look?
Yeah, that definitely doesn't help.
Yeah. No, seriously, that thing popped up, and it's like what I showed you guys, like that they actually did a fucking screamer trailer for
Hmm.
this. That I was like, yeah, I
Yeah.
literally was taken back to like those old like those like mid 2000s like commercials where we're just suddenly like be like, oh, it's a nice like yeah, dude, like those the screamer.
To be fair though, that's basically what this movie
Yeah,
was.
I solved the
Is
maze.
like
I solved the maze.
it, it's like here's like, oh, here's the Warrens, here's a little bit of family drama because Mr. Warren doesn't like his daughter's fiance and is
Yeah.
trying not to ruin things by that, and
Trying
they're
not to give
very
himself a heart attack and all that. Yeah.
and they're very awkward together, ha ha ha, and then occasionally here's some stuff with some some ghosts and some jump scares,
Yeah.
but the main plot is really just about Ed Warren trying to get along with the new son-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
Which when I saw him, poor dude, the first two things that popped in my head was either Paul Dano or Leo from Charmed. Yeah, I always forget the actor's name. It was like I was expecting him to like pull out like white laterlings or some shit because he doesn't do a bad job. Don't get me wrong. He's trying to basically do like every sort of awkward yuppie sort of son-in-law protagonist from like 80s romance comedy, 80s rom-coms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't help he's dressed as like that half the fucking time, but like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
fine.
it is set in the 80s, so 80s rom-com kind of fits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and throughout all these movies, I will say at the end of the day, I will give all the props to the royal to Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. Like
Oh yeah.
they're somehow through all these movies, they still have pretty decent chemistry with each other, and for better or for worse, it seems like Patrick Wilson really knows how to like play that sort of balance of like good father but also stern investigator.
Mm-hmm.
Like especially although with this one they try to add a wrinkle with the fact that this is Ed and Lorraine quote unquote getting old, even
Mm-hmm.
though this is Hollywood old. So it's like these I think these people are supposed to be in their like 60s, but
Yeah, they're
they're
supposed to be in their 60s.
yeah, but they don't look a day over like 42.
Yeah.
Like just put
This
a
is
little more
I'm
makeup, a
getting
little more wrinklage on them. Bam,
this
they're old
is
now.
I'm
Well, I
getting
mean,
too old for this shit. Sort of old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
well, this is kind of like a passing of the torch story as well.
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yes.
they're
Yeah.
because they're getting Judy more involved with the investigation, and they kind of ham-fistedly, kind of had like something with her, Judy and the demon, like going back to like Judy's birth to kind of like
Yeah.
pull everything in, and that plot was kind of dumb.
It
It
really
was,
was.
It,
Because
it
I didn't buy
didn't
it.
need to be there.
Literally, it was one of those things. I think everybody in the theater was like, but I'm like,
Mhm.
that's no, she's not. That never happened.
No.
That never fucking happened.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
It's about as real as any of their other claims.
Yeah.
but-
So I think we have said probably everything nice there is to say about this.
One last nice thing.
Okay.
The scene where Warren, like Ed Warren's like making pancakes, and the new
Okay.
son-in-law comes over and is like, "Do you always make pancakes?" And he's like, "Sometimes I make waffles."
Yeah, he
like,
just gives him
almost
this
deadpan.
dead stare, and then it's like, no, sometimes they're waffles.
Sometimes
And then he just cracks a grin, and I'm like, okay.
For me,
Like, that's
that
the
that was like the best scene in the movie. That was my favorite scene of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah, because you could just
I'll
feel the
give-
tension leave both of them.
Yeah, that one I'll give that. I think that's the one intentionally funny moment that got me.
Yeah.
Now there's a bunch of unintentionally funny moments, but I think that's the one intentionally funny moment that got me.
Yeah.
Music was alright too.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly decent needle drops in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't. I'll give it props. I didn't hate the intro needle drop like I did with Conjuring 2
Mm-hmm.
because I knew it was around the right time, but I wasn't sure exactly. But then I asked Roy, and we looked around, and yeah, it was 85, so it would have been perfect for this.
Yeah.
Right. Although I do not see someone of a Catholic upbringing listening to the cult. So
True,
just the
but
irony.
also,
Yeah.
that and it being Seashell Sanctuary, I think that's meant to be the ironic thing in that, and B, it helps that a lot of these needle drops are non-diegetic for the most
Mhm.
part. So maybe that's more for us to add to the scene itself rather than them actually listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, one good thing as well is that I'll give them props is like with this, you hear all the 80s stuff with the Smurls, but then if you go back with the Warrens, they're still playing a lot of the 60s sort of like soundtrack, which is a nice little change, like a subtle little change I kind of appreciate. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
so like I'll give the music supervisor props. That's a really good little detail right there.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, during that one scene with Bowie, yes, I was dancing in my seat because Let's Dance is just that damn catchy, and I can't help myself.
Fair. So for those who want to see the movie, if you haven't seen the movie, see it. I mean, if you've already come this fucking far, watch it.
And I will say, like, to give my full thoughts on it now, it's on the better end of, as a movie itself, it's on the better end of the spectrum. Like, I still think Conjuring 1 is the best one, but I can't help but feel like that if it's that feeling of if you watch this movie in isolation, it would actually be pretty decent, like 7, maybe 7.5 out of 10. Because it's not super great, but it's like it does enough to get the job done, and there's enough interesting things there that if you watch this in isolation, I think you would have a good time with it.
The first Conjuring movie is, I think, still the best one as a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I think, probably comes in second in like just general movie quality.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it didn't really feel like a horror movie to me.
Not really.
Despite
Yeah.
it felt like an action movie more than a horror
Mhm.
movie. Because it's like you've got like
Yeah, and
the
Lorraine
family
action
drama
heroes.
kind of stuff, and it didn't have any of like the kind of building dread or creepy moments that you would expect from a horror film. If
Just
anything, on the horror spectrum, it felt more like a creature feature almost, an
Mhm.
actiony creature feature.
Yeah. Like,
just
I legitimately, while I was in the theater while watching this, the first movie that popped into my head, the more and more this went on, is why do I want to suddenly watch Jaws 4: The Revenge?
yeah.
Wow.
Because
Oh,
the way he was setting up and the focus, you having the focus all on Lorraine and Judy, and the way apparently this demon has a personal vendetta against the Warrens, I kept expecting Lorraine, like someone to die, and Judy be like, "It was me. They wanted me," and like it was bad. And funny enough, I think wasn't Jaws 4 around this time, or was it way later?
A little bit later,
Yeah.
Hmm.
like I think a year or two.
Like, end of the day, the thing about this franchise, and I've said it multiple times, like many times already. You'll have the best time if you know nothing about the Warrens.
Yeah,
If you know
Yeah.
nothing about the quote unquote truth, if you know nothing about the real people, and you just think of these as characters, you'll have a good time. In that
And I
case,
get the
a lot,
sense.
even the worst films, actually become slightly more tolerable. Because it's
they
Yeah,
just
and
like,
I
feel
get
okay, it
this.
was just
funnier.
kind of like a bad entry in a fun franchise. Okay.
Yeah, and I get the sense that's what Lorraine and probably James Wan wanted.
Yeah, but here's the problem. I don't think you should be allowed to do that. When you're bringing up real families, real cases, real fucking people.
You know what doesn't help with that? I find
Huh.
the fact they promo it as based on a true story. If they did the inspired by true stories, I think maybe that will probably ease the blow a little bit.
Yes. Like I've said, if it would
Yeah.
be inspired by, it was like, oh yeah, we heard about these Warrens and everything, so we created these characters that are similar to them, and like we came up with like spooky, really spooky versions of these like Hollywood versions of these stories of possession and shit like that. It's like, okay, I would be fine with that.
And these movies are done more like inspired by,
hmm
true stories, because like when you watch like old TV interviews with the Warrens and some of the families talking about these things, and you get kind of like some of the descriptions of the events and such, like these movies are definitely just inspired by.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
if they,
I don't even think you have to change the names of the people as much, because the thing about the one the movie at the end, this specifically reminded me of, and it's a really weird comparison, I know, but stick with me. I think about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think of how while those were real people, you can kind of tell that was him having fun with it, and especially with
yeah,
the ending. It's sort of a what if scenario that plays out with those legitimate actors, and then this kind of old Hollywood OC that Tarantino put in. I feel like it's a similar way here. Like, yeah, like the way I make it sounds like Warren's fan fiction, and certain parts it is, but at least with that, I can tell that someone had passion enough to write about this because they were passionate enough about what goes into this and what the story itself and what goes into the Warrens relationship, and maybe change it just enough to change it how it actually ended versus how this one ends before preferably over what actually happened.
I love how you are the more forgiving one out of us because, yeah, No, Warren's fan fiction is exactly what I would go with. In fact, most of it, at most times, was written with one hand. Yeah, I am not as forgiving with this because, again, if you were saying inspired by or loosely based on, like, okay, fine. But the fact that you're just going based on a true story, based on true people, like this whole thing over and over again, you fucking hammer that in. I can't forgive that. That's bullshit.
The thing is that I don't see that as a fault of the movie. I see that as a fault of the marketing. I see that as a fault of. I get the sense that that's Warner Brothers and like whoever the executives in charge forcing that in, and not someone like. As much as we might not want to give James Wan credit, I feel like if it was up to him, they wouldn't stress the whole based on the true story stuff. At least that's what I get out of it. I could be entirely wrong. The whole based on the true story stuff could have been James Wan's idea, but to me, the based on the true story stuff reeks of Warner Brothers wanting to add another layer of marketing to this that they wouldn't have otherwise.
Maybe, I don't know, but and I'll give them points, half a point, for the fact that the only ones they do that with are the Conjuring films, specifically, and none of the spin-offs. They just have straight up said, like, no, these are just based... These are fictional stories that we've created within that universe.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, most of your shit's bullshit anyways, but...
Yeah.
Again, if it had gone with that, if they were just caricatures, they weren't supposed to be... Like, you're not supposed to fucking hammer that home, then I would even... And I can't believe I'm saying this. I would be more forgiving to Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah.
Because if you just go, hey, we saw this case where somebody proclaimed, somebody involved with the Warrens, killed somebody and then proclaimed that they were possessed. Well, what if they were? What if this? What if that? And you literally just go like, let's make this character kind of loosely based on that story. You could do that. You see shit like that all the time. And to me, and not just in Hollywood, you see it in books. You see it in just people get inspired. It's writing. I have no problem with that. And it's its own thing. But when you still slam on that based on a true story, fuck you. Fuck you.
Most of the Warrens' claims could be said, inspired by events, because they made a lot of claims with no evidence and were basically just chasing fame rather than actually doing any sort of real paranormal research.
To be fair with them, I'm pretty sure most of that was also inspired by several drugs.
Yeah.
Probably. It would explain a lot.
It really would.
And also, if I'm honest, there's also an entire chance that maybe the whole based on the true story stuff is WGA rules. Because if I've seen certain parts, I've seen certain things explained that the reason why certain movies have to credit certain things are so weirdly specific within WGA rules, it kind of makes no fucking sense.
I mean, it could be that. I also know for a fact that, hey, we want to talk some reality. Oh yeah, there's some more fucking reality to the Warren stories. Unfortunately, due to NDAs put in place by her, by Lorraine, they can't talk about it. They're not supposed to acknowledge it because she doesn't want to acknowledge it.
That's also very much...
didn't want to. She died during, back in, I think, 2019.
I will say that still very much is. I feel like that is the most Catholic I've ever heard an NDA being.
Yeah.
Because though, speaking as a sort of a kind of what's a good word for it? Sort of not ex-Catholic, but sort of lapsed Catholic. I'm kind of not shocked by that at all. Because the thing about how they stress the importance of family and divorce and like family and like marriage in these movies especially is that very Catholic ideal of being married, you stay by your man no matter what. And thus, that's the whole thing about, Lorraine trying to save him from having another heart attack and dying during an investigation while they're retiring. But even when he goes off and does it anyway, she stands by him through thick and thin, which can be sweet, but also can really make you think like that's kind of why that's why divorce wasn't really a thing for Catholics until like Reagan made it okay in the 60s in California, which is ironic is because that's the only good thing I can think of Reagan ever did. But it's that sort of like no matter what he does, you stand by your man kind of. Was it Tammy Lynch or Tammy? I'm trying to remember who sang that song originally.
Whatever, she'd be the perfect Texan.
Right. Tammy Wynette.
Yeah. Thank you. There you go.
I hate that bullshit. I really do. That is just so stupid.
Yo, man.
Like, yeah. Allegedly. Ed may have been having a, 27-year-long affair? It was supposed to be a long time. Allegedly. They may have gotten divorced. Allegedly.
Yeah, no, that...
Ed was an asshole. I'm not saying allegedly.
No.
There's been some major fucking proof of that one.
Oh, yeah.
No, it seems like generally the whole idea of this... And the thing is that I don't hate the fact... Like I said, I'm not shocked. When you told me that NDA, I wasn't shocked at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because to me, it feels like they wanted this movie to be a paranormal power couple first, and then probably use the Warren second. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but it feels like they wanted to make a franchise about a couple of paranormal investigators, and kind of make it about the classic sort of love through adversity kind of scenario, kind of story. It's just then the Lorraine Warren came in and said, "Hey, I want to sell you the rights to the movies," and they just kind of took two scripts, merged them together, and boom.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the franchise as a whole, it definitely feels that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because the paranormal power couple element has been really strong throughout all of the mainline Conjuring films.
It has.
Yeah.
Again, it always is with it's about family. It's about being together.
It's about family.
It's like the Fast and the Furious, except paranormal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, like I said at the beginning, I didn't expect for me making haunting 1999 references to really fit this franchise. I only did it because Lily Taylor was in it. I didn't know we would go this far.
I'm sorry. Now I'm just seeing Lorraine trying to like driving a car like Vin Diesel.
Oh my gosh!
It's about.
Ed and Lorraine go their separate ways.
my god!
Fork in the road.
Yeah!
Even better, even better. It's just Owen Wilson from the remake looking at Annabelle, really creepy.
That's why I think I like the Fast and Furious references better because it's just too fucking funny.
True, yeah. Just this whole thing happening, and all you hear is "We come a long way, and here we begin. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again."
No, you just have the Warrens driving a car, dragging
Yes.
this like giant haunted object behind it.
In a U-Haul. In a U-Haul.
No, even better, even better. You do like a Jason X, but with the Warrens, and they like froze the Warrens, and then they have to bring them to do an exorcism in space.
Oh my god. I want this so bad. Give this to me, Hollywood. Give it to me. I think Asylum could pull it off.
Oh god, the Warrens in Event Horizon. That would be a movie. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Wait, there's no pancakes in the future?
Well, Ed would go
Yeah.
straight for stabbing his eyes out at that point.
There's no Elvis?
It's nothing to see here. Oh my god. Do we have anything left to say about this? Like, there's some goofy shit, like, that's supposed to be scary. I think the constant reappearances of the fucking Annabelle were annoying as all hell.
Oh my gosh, when Annabelle
Remember?
appears in this movie, I was just like, why?
It is the most.
Why?
Worst.
It's just like shoehorned in there. I mean, I thought it was fine when they kind of did that little like half Annabelle reference when the little girl asked Judy if she liked dolls, and Judy's like, not really.
Yeah.
I'm like, perfect. That's all you needed there for an Annabelle reference. And then they have Annabelle appear, and it's just like, I was done with the Annabelle movies, and now here you are.
Yeah,
Really?
You can kind of tell this was meant to be the quote unquote last of the Conjuring movies, because it feels like they have to stress every single iconic parts of the Conjuring into it. Like,
Mhm.
I'm really
you know,
surprised the
with
nun
Annabelle.
never reappeared, honestly.
Well, it's like they were trying to shove cameos of like, you know, everything from the other Conjuring movies. They're just like, here, let's put that in. Let's put, you know, that in and that in. And
Oh.
it just
Oh,
kind of it made the horror aspects just kind of feel it felt so shoehorned.
Like the big one I remember is that up in the attic dealing with the mirror, and then it pans to the shot to you see the chalk rolling on the ground with Judy, and it pans up and it's on the wall. It says "Miss me." I'm like, God damn it, no!
No, we
And
didn't.
then
Go away, Annabelle. You are already sealed. You shouldn't be here.
basically these cameos are sort of an extension of the Warrens suck at their job.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Annabelle
yeah,
reappearing in
it-
her
it-
room.
yeah.
Annabelle reappears in the house, like, several states over. Like, the fuck?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
God, they
and-
suck.
yeah, and again, I also think this movie does make another thing of blasphemy, because I love how to get rid of the demon near the end at the climax. It's not the word of God; it's the power of Lorraine and Judy Warren together, embracing their powers as psychics. And I'm like, okay.
I laugh at that one. I seriously guffawed at everybody, and everybody's looking at me like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I try, dude. I try. I was stifling my laughs in the theater because it was like
Yeah.
me and like 4 other people there. So I'm just trying to sit there like, God, this is so dumb.
Warren twin powers activate.
Powers activate,
No, it's not even Warren twin powers. It's like
Captain Planet. It's like, our powers combined.
No, even better.
Because you have Ed Warren with like the book, pressing it on there. You have this character whose name I cannot for the life of me remember. I think it started with a T, but
Tony.
he's just like
Tony Spira.
Yeah, he's like pinned under the mirror, and I don't know, just there for like drama, I guess.
Getting his leg broken.
Yeah.
No, my favorite thing is that essentially another thing that pops in my head is it's essentially Mrs. Incredible and Violet from The Incredibles, if you think about it too hard. Like,
yeah.
You have Supermom with all the stretching of limbs and sense, and then you have the young teenage daughter trying her best to control her powers and become the superhero she's always meant to be. Ironically, both movies involve a guy named Tony.
Oh, that was right. I almost forgot. Tony did like do a little spin on the car for like, I don't know, no reason at all.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was.
It really is the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was driving fucking like probably as like a 70s Mustang, so that definitely doesn't help.
It just looked cool at the time.
And like, I will say, I'm interested, Roy, how much of Tony's backstory in the movie was actually true to life? Do you know?
Tony was a former cop. Tony did propose to Judy around 6 months. That's all I know.
So, do you know if he had his near-death experience?
He was never involved in the Smurl case.
No, not that.
Oh, near death? No,
Yeah.
I don't know anything about
With
that.
like what made him stop being a cop.
No.
The shotgun and all that, yeah.
The shotgun, no.
I mean, that could... Are you saying that
happened? I'm not saying
okay, it didn't. Okay, you're just saying there's no knowledge. Okay.
I don't know anything about it, no.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels like...
Because I'll give the benefit of the doubt, because, I mean, shit like that does happen.
It will change you like that,
yeah. Finding out, like, oh, yeah, that should have blown my fucking head off. Like, that's...
Yeah, like, it was a misfire.
Yeah.
And I definitely, like, again, if this wasn't based on real people, I will say, I don't hate the contentious relationship between Ed and Tony, because... Again, it's the whole idea.
I believed it.
Like, yeah, because the whole thing about this, like, if the Warrens were taken out of it, which we've said for most of these, if the Warrens were taken out of it, I like the idea of this isn't just him being overprotected because that's his little girl. This is him being overprotected because Tony needs to know and eventually deal with the fact he's marrying into some weird shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna have a fucking demon-haunted psychic wife with in-laws that carry haunted shit. Like, they're like, you can understand why Ed would be a little bit trepidatious.
Yeah.
In real life, it's because Ed Warren's an asshole, but in the movie context, I kind of get it.
I really like your daughter. Too bad I don't like you. Ed, calm down. Take your meds.
Yeah, and just
taking your meds. Hey, what was that? Nothing, dear.
And take your nitro, goddammit.
Yeah, I just at the end of the day, like, a lot of this is so dumb.
It
like,
is. It's very.
It is. Yeah, like another one that pops in my head is with the demon. I'm thinking of the wedding dress fitting. Or Judy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the pervy demon. Yeah,
pervy demon.
Yeah, like the ending of that was kind of cool. I liked the creepy image of Judy in the dress in the mirror, and then all of a sudden reaching out to choke her. That's like, it's very classic, very basic, but very well done. The build up before that is a little weird because when basically Judy is getting fitted and they're doing adjusting measurements. after the original Taylor leaves to go take a phone call, they have the demon come in just kind of on the basis of being a Taylor. And I love how Judy, for the entire scene, the word Judy has to never look down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like for some reason, she also had to assume like the Taylor was crawling into the door, crawling into the room instead of walking through the door and then kneeling down like a normal person.
Yeah.
Well, also, like,
oh,
if you're
you're
having
back?
any sort of big puffy dress, like with multiple layers being adjusted, they're never going to put layers of the dress over their head.
No.
No.
Just throw
Not
that
unless they're
out
doing
there.
some pervy shit.
No one puts layers of your dress, even if there's multiple layers and they're not actually seeing anything. No one puts them over their head.
No.
And Graves should know. She's the one that's married out of all of us.
Like,
I
yeah.
had a big puffy dress, and they never put a layer over their head. You know, they'll hand you layers to hold up, so they can see what they're doing, but they never get put over their head because they can't see what they're doing to do their job.
Yeah, if they put it over their heads, then they're set for a lawsuit.
Yeah, my favorite thing about
They go, hello,
just to
get
add-
out of here.
And just to add to that, for some reason the demons decides instead of like jostling her or like actually scaring her, no, the big idea the demon has is to bite her on the fucking ankle for no other goddamn reason.
Because numb.
Numb.
I mean, the demon's just an ankle biter, you know.
Yeah,
You're a young
I believe
demon,
it.
not house trained, you know.
I believe it. No, I still love it. We both had the same exact fucking thought when we were watching the movie when that scene happens, and we're just thinking of that fucking JonTron bit when he's playing. He's playing when he's playing Clock Tower on the Super Famicom. I'm being strangled by the man in the mirror. Ah!
Yeah, and it's just I'm gonna share this with the audience. Probably not share the photos. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I was at an Alamo Draft House while watching this, and you know how Alamo works. Like they give you like little pieces of paper as order cards and like to write them down and all that. I was using them to take notes. And,
Yeah,
like you can see the 4 photos, and you can see my reaction evolve from "this is dumb" to "oh, this is not that bad" to "this is dumb" again.
I could maybe insert those. I'd have to figure that out, but feel free. Read it. Read it out. Read out your thoughts.
Please
We
do.
have first part. This is already stupid, and we're barely minutes in. What is this franchise obsession with creepy dolls? Nope. Still looks dumb. Then I can already see where this is going. Why does Tony look like that one dude from Charmed? And then you see my reaction of, it's not bad. I'm worried. Because I knew something was wrong. And then the next one is just me making jokes of The Conjuring, The Next Generation, or Ed and Lorraine Warren's The Haunting Hour. I was coming up with a bunch of different names while I was in that theater, like The Conjuring. This time it's personal. The Conjuring, The Revenge. The Conjuring, A New Generation, etc., etc. And then this, you can tell I was at the end where I say, it's official. We've gone to plaid.
I mean, there was a lot of plaid.
It was.
There was.
Hey!
There really was.
There was.
Yeah, no, but by the time that ending came out with both the Exorcist scene and the wedding scene, nope. We went to plaid. This was dumb. It got dumb again. Nope.
Mhm.
Yep.
No, especially spoiler. We already spoiled this a bunch of times, but who gives a shit? With the ending wedding scene, like I was like, oh, okay, nice little epilogue, whatever. But then they cut to shots of who's in the audience for the wedding, and I was like, wait, why do they look familiar? It's like, oh no. And then it confirmed it when I saw Lily Taylor. I'm like, God damn it, really?
Yep.
Everyone has to make a cameo.
Even
Yeah.
Tony Spirit himself and his yee ass freaking wig, where he can't
I-
do some basic things like investigate paranormal stuff, or better yet, maybe do like a decent Netflix reality series with maybe some like 5 or 6 costume changes. That way we can actually believe it's a real series. Cracker.
Yeah, no. And then again, like a fucking text pops up and
Oh, God. Oh, God.
emphasizes all of it. And this is why I can't forgive. This is why I say no. End of the day, fuck this entire franchise. That ending text. Painting Ed as like this perfect person. Painting all of it as like, oh my god.
The demonologist puts me to sleep because he talks more about himself than the fucking ace.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they talk about the happily married, blah blah blah, for like until he died of this, that she died then, and then all this, and then just the whole thing.
They brought paranormal activities to the forefront. No. There's a guy who died last March by the name of Joe Nickel, double L. He put out over 50 books about the paranormal, how to investigate the paranormal, types of debunking styles, types of scams you should be looking for in the paranormal. He even put out a children's book series about the paranormal. This guy's done more for the paranormal than the Warrens have ever did.
Mm-hmm.
And he deserves more movies on him than these chuckle fucks.
Yeah. So yeah. Are we ready to wrap this up?
Do
we have
I don't know. How about you?
I don't know. Do you got anything else to say? Grave, you got anything you want to add?
I think we covered everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I say it again. End of the day, I actually fucking hate this franchise.
Well,
Yeah.
they're movies that can have give you some very conflicting feelings, especially the first Conjuring and this one kind of being the best out of a bad bunch. Because they're good as their own thing. If the Warrens didn't exist, they'd be kind of fun films. But the Warrens exist, and the people in the cases, it really exists, and it's just. Yeah, you'll only have fun if you don't know about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even then, are these more than a single watch?
Not
I can see up 2 that are great for a single watch.
Wait, no, but are they more than a single watch? Are you gonna watch all of these again anytime soon?
Not all of them. Fuck.
Not all of them.
No.
No, not all of them. No.
I mean, I have no reason. I have no inclination to go back even to the first one. I have no inclination to rewatch any of these.
2 or 3 maybe, but no.
No. It occurs to me that the first Conjuring movie is the only one where we actually see like ghost hunting equipment.
Yeah.
The rest of them is just kind of walk in, and, wave a Bible around, and
we saw. Wait. What equipment did we have? Like
the monitor, like the monitoring equipment, like the motion cameras and all that. We only see it in the first movie.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like the rest is just the tape recorder and the exorcism stuff. That's it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like,
that's
funny
right,
thing is, I think for after 2, like the rest of the crew kind of disappears, and it's only Ed and Lorraine.
It's all in the rain. Yeah.
It's like, and they have cameos in this. I didn't recognize them at first. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy talking to? And then I saw the wedding scene again and hit me, and I was like, oh, was those the case for the first 2 movies?
Yeah.
What happened to those guys?
Yeah.
They just disappeared.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you like this franchise, again, like I tell everyone, I'm not gonna take it from you. This is
If you like
just
cheese, I
you're
love
just
cheese.
yeah, you're just here for our opinions. You're here to hear what we think, and we gave you our thoughts. Take
Yeah,
from them what you will. If you want to see
and
these
by the
still,
way,
go ahead.
and judging, and I looked at the box office. Yep, this made good
Just made
chunk of.
money.
You did.
Yep, it made its budget back and then some.
Yep. Yeah. So, you guys want to watch them? Go right ahead.
Go ahead. But there are many better personalities out there than the Warrens that you should be looking at.
But the month of terror
I think-
is not. Go ahead.
No, you wrap up. I was just gonna add something. You can go ahead and wrap up.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
Add
go
it.
ahead.
Finish it. Finish your thought.
I think the big thing, I think there's two reasons why I think these movies work for other people except for us.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I think these are good gateway horror movies. I feel like it's not super duper scary enough to like really turn people off. There's not a lot
I'd
of
show
gore.
a
there's-
preteen them, and there
that's the thing.
are rated films, and I would show a preteen them. I don't see any problem.
Yeah, like it gets them in the mood for it, but it's not like the hardcore stuff. But it's not even even like the more cerebral stuff. Like we love Robert Eggers, but I wouldn't show The fucking Lighthouse as anyone's first horror movie. You know?
What?
Good God.
You don't like me lobster. Is that what you're saying?
These movies are just like an excuse to, jump at a jump scare and throw popcorn at the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And especially this one, because like I mentioned earlier, it feels more like an action movie
Yeah.
than a horror film. It's not scary. It doesn't have any of the creeping dread stuff. It has some jump scares, a little bit of blood, but that's it.
Yeah,
Even
and-
then, the blood isn't very much. It's funnier more than spooky. You're not going to be if you see it in the theater, the room's not going to get tense,
Mm-hmm.
like it will in a film that's actually frightening.
Yeah.
True.
I can actually see these shown. Like could totally see somebody putting these on in the background at a Halloween party.
Oh yeah.
It's a good movie for that. Second, second monitor content.
Yeah.
Yeah. And secondly, and I didn't think about this in the earlier reviews because I hadn't had the chance to, but now having to see this in the theaters, I will say these movies are built for a theater experience.
Yes.
Because what little tension building is in the sound design and the sound mixing. Like a lot of that is pure sound design, and doing that in a theater or a really good like surround sound setup,
Mm-hmm.
I think adds to it a little bit more. But the problem is, of course, is that not everybody. While don't get me wrong, stereo systems and like surround sound systems and home theater systems are more common nowadays. Like
Mhm.
people can get like a TV and a sound bar in a bundle for like less than $500 if you know where the right place is to look. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
to get the full surround sound setup, the full setup is still a bit of a pain in the ass for most folks,
Mm-hmm.
especially depending on how high def you want to go.
Well,
So
it's not even so much that. For me, from what I've seen, these films far more benefit from having the audience experience. Like you up on the big screen with an audience. Like that's it's more everybody else's reactions that kind of make the whole thing.
I think that's true for most horror films, especially because you get that tension that kind of builds in the audience. You get that release when, the scary thing actually happens.
Yeah.
I recently saw a screening of Jaws in the theater. They were showing it for the 50th anniversary. Now, Jaws, I've seen that movie many times, but like never on a big screen. And the experience was so different actually seeing it on the big screen, because you get the very the wonderful sound system, you got the tension from the audience, and there's like moments where it's like, the little jump scare is coming. They're looking at the hole in the bottom of the boat. Something's going to pop out of that hole in the bottom of the boat. It's coming, but and then it happens, and then you jump anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but when I saw Last Rites in the theater, I mean, granted, I went and saw like the first matinee of the day, so it wasn't very packed or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
I didn't get any of that because there really wasn't any tension building.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have the girls, they're looking at the mirror, they go, oh man, that mirror is creepy. The camera lingers on the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And then just nothing happens. The mirror doesn't actually get creepy. There's nothing that actually happens.
But
You have moments where the ghosts are chasing people around going ooga booga booga.
Yeah.
But since that it was just a pop up, boo, chase, it didn't have any the scary moments didn't build up. The scary moments weren't a release, and that's why it feels like an action movie.
Yeah.
I will say though, my favorite example of like what this movie does for the quote unquote scary scenes. Apparently, these demons are really into mood lighting.
right?
Oh
Because
Yeah.
as soon as like demons start to pop up for some reason, all the lights go dim and it goes dark all of a sudden. I'm like, what?
they got to set the ambiance.
Basically.
Yep.
So
You gotta have mood.
I think an
I'm
hour.
scary, but I'm gonna scare your mood.
Yeah, I think an hour on this film is more than enough.
No,
So
need to be more.
no, we're not going the
More.
length. I swear to
I
God.
need to go more. No. I'm kidding.
But honestly, like I was trying to say earlier, to wrap it up, the month of terror is not over. Nor
Thank fuck.
are we truly done technically with the Warrens.
They have one case left.
Yep. We're gonna watch a good movie.
Uh,
We're gonna watch an enjoyable movie.
we're gonna watch an enjoyable movie.
Okay, there we go. We're gonna watch
Yeah.
an enjoyable movie. Oh, what year was that again?
1979, I believe.
9?
79, yeah.
We
1979.
are gonna
We're
watch.
going back in time.
We go back in
Back in
time
time.
to 1979. For the first time, people apparently really, like, it's been mainstream, heard of the Warrens, from what I've gathered. With the Amityville Horror.
Amityville.
Oh.
That's where they want me to be. Gimme. Living in Amityville. Amityville.
Oh.
That's where the spirits want to flee.
The
Sorry.
Amityville Toaster. Make breakfast spooky.
Spooky ghost. Nom nom nom.
Yum.
Human
Human
hand.
hand. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this because the last time I saw it, which was at least 10 years ago, I enjoyed it. I loved the movie. So
I mean, why not? You get to see Lois Lane and Lumberjack James Brolin.
Plaid.
Thanos.
We've gone back to plaid.
we've gone back to Plaid.
Back
This
to
is
Plaid,
true.
yeah.
Hey!
Back
So,
to Plaid.
with that all said, Grave, where's the turtle today?
Well, I'm not making pancakes or waffles. I'm going to make crepes
Ooh,
because we need a sweet treat after all this.
nice. Looking forward to that. Roy,
You can find me here at Wolfstand Productions, whether it's on the Starlight, where we watch very obscure, hard to find pictures, uh, Red Light, Your Home Videos Are Horror, or as me as the willing subject to OTEP, Over the Ears podcast. You got some love mail, some hate mail, some Smurl mail, some Sega Judy mail, some Fuck Tony Spira mail. Send it to Starlight Podcast at protonmail.com. You can also find me on Zitter at capital R, capital L, capital P, capital S, Starlight, ROP Starlight. You can send me a recommendation, a condemnation. Just say hi. I'd love to hear from you. Just let me know you're out there. I also write reviews and list over at criticlist.com over under the Wolfman Roy label. You can check out my latest list of Cyberpunk and Police Shotechi. Awesome, detailed. Go for it. Doc.
If I'm not here on Wolf's doing things like Late in the Murder Party on a Monday, you can find me at, of course, you can also find me with Wolfman Road at the Red Light Starlight and being the host and curator of OTEP Over the Years podcast, where we take a look at decade plus of hip hop music and see they're really worth the trouble. Only social media I use is Blue Sky. That is Dr.Bsky.social. A lot of reposts, a lot of random thoughts, and honestly, a lot of porn. Because, hey, that's where, hey, I believe in letting the thoughts free and letting the thoughts run. Anyway, if I'm not there, I'm at Critic List under Chaotic Doctor, where I've done reviews of lists from everything from classic sci-fi to interesting little relics of the past to movies I want to punch the directors for. Hi, Roland Emmerich. If I'm not there, I'm over at the Wolf's Den Patreon. That is where I host TNR, Twisted Notes Radio, where I do an hour plus of music, facts, and just general what the fuckery.
Excellent. You can, of course, find me here on Podbean as well as YouTube under Wolfstead Productions. From goofy-ass anime to the shocking horror, Wolfstead Productions, your number one stop for equally nerdy reviews of nerdy media. You can also find me over on Blue Sky under Mistress Ookami. That's right, Mistress Ookami. That's my name. Don't wear it out. And if you're feeling extra generous and you're interested in the TNR, you can also head on over to Wolfston Patreon. We can get access to episodes that may or may not drop to the general public, episodes and shows that most certainly will not be dropping to the general public, behind the scenes, all sorts of goodies, all for a measly $1 a month. Remember, folks, your $1 a month, that goes a long, long way. And until next time, keep it spooky. Oh, I'm sorry, people don't want to use the word spooky anymore. Keep it scary.
Spoopy.
I believe the term is spoopy.
Spoopy.
Because we're all children now and not full-grown adults.
Yeah. Anyways,
3 spoopy, 5 me, ooh.
Don't ever do that again.
Never.
Keep it scary, keep it bloody, keep it horror, and we will see you for Amityville Horror, which will be releasing on Halloween. So, good night, everybody.
Blood.
$2,000 to tour the Warren's house.
Oh, God. No, all I can think of now is, wow, another movie we're covering. That's a legendary classic with a somewhat shitty remake.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No Ryan Reynolds in this one, I'm afraid.
No Ryan Reynolds.
No,
No bipolar Ryan Reynolds.
As handsome as he is, no, we're not dealing with that time period just yet.
Anyway, we get
kill
stupid
y'all.
sexy. We get stupid sexy Brolin.
Anyway, kill your family. Kill your family.
Kill your family.
Your family.
Kill y'all family.
Must kill family.